everyone for being here on GavsWeatherVids Sunday evening live stream. We're going live across YouTube and live across the world. It is Gav and GavsWeatherVids for another Sunday evening. So hello, good evening. Thanks so much everyone for being here. It's cold here in Mataz. Mind you, I'm down with a lurgy a little bit. So everybody at work at Watford Gap is being sick, like with cough and cold type thing. I think I've picked it up as well. Even though I've not been in for a week until yesterday. But like, anyway, never mind about that. I'll be probably coughing a bit through live stream, but that's nothing unusual, unusual for a Gav live, is it? So hold on. So yeah, just bear with me, and I'll probably be a bit throaty on that, but maybe it makes Gav sound sexy, I don't know. I doubt it. But anyway, hello, good evening, thank you so much everyone for being on our live stream tonight. So the cold spell is ending. But what comes next? What comes after the cold spell? Will we turn mild? Will we turn zonal? Will we get a beastly easterly? We're going to have a look at the 12 set a little bit later on. So I'm going to do a 10 to 14 there with all the great features. We'll try and do an Ensembles Watch for you as well. Might include a little bit of long range in that as well. Might even talk about the strap, which is something we haven't really focused on a lot since we did the winter updates and sign off on the winter forecast and that, which I think is going quite well, actually. So not all winter forecasts from GavsWeatherVids have gone to plan, as you'll remember, but I think this particular winter forecast is panning out quite well at the moment. Anyway, I'm going to go through all of that a little bit later on. That'll be coming up later on in the live stream. Probably I would have thought around 25 past 7 we'll start that. Before now and then I'll go through the live chat, shout you out, maybe take a couple of questions as well. And it's going to be a nice Sunday evening stream, nice bit of Gav time. Though that's all still to come. We're at 55 concurrent viewers, pretty big stream. Doing that, we've been here for a couple of minutes, 16 likes on stream. Please smash the like button, everybody, if you're live stream. Thanks so much everyone for doing that. So I think we've been a smaller stream, obviously, some of the streams we've been doing since the new year, which have been absolutely epic, haven't they? We've had some really amazing live streams since the new year. I think this will be a little bit smaller, but like still pretty big. 60 concurrent, and we've only been here for a couple of minutes. I don't think that is too bad at all. Hello to Dan Finch, Dan Finchella. Or is it Mark Clifford, a.k.a. the man of many names? I don't know. Hello, Gabler. Hello to you, my friend. How you doing? All right, Dan. Are you doing well, my friend? Happy New Year. Is it still right to say Happy New Year to everyone? I think so, just about, isn't it? But not for much longer. You'll notice I've still got the decorations in the house. I meant to take everything down today, but like I woke up with sore throat, man. I just couldn't be bothered, really. But I will have to get it all down very, very shortly, I'm sure. If everyone's there, thanks to James 98, moderator on live stream. Thanks so much to everyone for doing that. Espy's in as well, but Espy's on holiday at the moment, aren't you, Espy? Having a nice break from things. So I don't think Espy's moderating. I think Espy's just checked in with her spanner. But James is moderating for us tonight, and other moderators might pop in as the live stream goes on. So thank you so much to James for moderating. Hope you're having a lovely holiday, Espy. You deserve a break, Espy. Hope you have a lovely time, Espy. Dan Finch, love how you call me Mark every time, lol. You can say Happy New Year for another week or so, I reckon. You'll always be Mark Clifford to me. Celestial SB will always be Alpha SB. You'll always be Mark Clifford. I don't know. Thank you so much, my friend. I get stuck in my ways. Thank you so much. Right, I'm going to start going through the live chat now, and I'll shout you out along the way. Right, so here we go. First person in us tonight was Laura, Trader Nate's show. Laura Johnson. Hello to you, Laura. Thanks so much for being on live stream tonight. We've got Lee Stevens in us tonight. Good evening to you, Lee. Thank you so much, my friend, for being here. Love it, love it, love it. Matthew Orchard is on a live stream tonight. Hello to you, Matthew. Thanks so much for being here. Matthew asked me how was that. I had steak last night. I told Sandy on Matthew's live stream last night that I was having steak and chips, and it was very nice, actually, Matthew. I do like a nice nice day on a Saturday evening for me tea sometimes. So thanks so much, my friend. It's very nice. We've got Paul Girling on live stream as well. Thanks so much, Paul, for being here. And also, who else I shout out? Ben! Lurking at the moment. Don't get into trouble, Ben. Ben's at work at the hospital. Don't get into trouble, Ben. Don't want everybody getting in trouble on my account. And thank you so much, my friend, for being here with your spanner. As everyone, Shiram is in with us. Hello to you, Shiram. Thank you. Hold on. So sorry, everyone. Thank you for being on live stream tonight. Shiram. Matthew saying it'll be very interesting to see if we can get a return to a cold and block pattern, or will the Atlantic win the day? Yeah, well, we'll see. I reckon we're going to have another bite at this. I don't think this winter is over yet. It may not get as cold as it has been through this New Year period, or it may get even colder if we get a beast from the east. Probably not. But like, we'll see. I think there's still a bit more to come with this winter, actually. But again, time will tell. You know, this might be it, that might be it, and it's gone. We'll wait and see. Sharon saying, "Hi, Gavin, will winter come back in February?" It might come back before that. I'm not ruling out a chance of it getting cold again in the last week of January, my friend. So we shall see. We shall see. We shall see. It'll be interesting to see how it all works out. Hello to Dandy. Hello to Dandy. Thanks for being on live stream tonight. Got Elijah in with us as well. Hello to Elijah Carpenter, thanks so much for being here. Elijah met Shoot, got Shoot is on the live stream tonight. Hello to you, Shoot. Thanks so much for being here. 76 concurrent viewer, 25 likes stream. Please smash that like button. Everybody, let YouTube know you enjoy my live stream. Thanks so much, 77 now. Thanks so much, everyone, for doing that. Start display capturing probably in about 10-15 minutes or so. Got to wait for the 12Z to carry on rolling out. But we will be doing a 10-14 there for you and more as the stream goes along. Good evening to Katrine. Hello to Katrine Beso. Thanks so much, Katrine, being on our live stream tonight. Sam Parker is here. Hello to you, Sam. Thanks so much for being here. We've got Anne Smith on the live stream as well. Everybody is here tonight. Thank you so much, Anne, for being on our live stream. Okay, let's come down. Sam saying the good news is it actually felt like winter. I'm not overly bothered as we all know southeasters better if east is not northerlies. Unfortunately, the southeast are terrible for snow over the next 2 weeks. But Sam's saying, but I should have read that first. Should have read that post first and read the second part. And never mind about that. So I'll take it the wrong way around. But anyway, Sam's basically saying didn't get much snow. Doesn't matter because the southeast temperature's very good for snow. Northerlies anyway, or typically doesn't. But at least it actually felt like winter. It has, my friend. It's been a proper cold spell. There's nothing marginal about it, you know, since Christmas when it started turning a bit colder, but particularly since New Year's Day or so, it has been a genuinely cold first 10 days to January, and it has felt really like winter. It just goes to show you, given the right synoptics, given the right wind direction, we can still lock in to appreciably cold conditions. All coming to an end now, of course, but we'll wait and see whether it comes back. Sam said, bring on the beach to the east at the end of the month. We shall see, my friend. Shiram, hello, Gavin. Hold on. Alright, everyone, is it too early to think about spring? Even if it turns milder, the cold might come back much later. It's possible. Anything is possible, my friend. No spring updates or spring forecasts from GavsWeatherVids this year, of course. As I said, because just going to be focusing the long range on summer and also on winter, and not doing updates and forecasts for spring, autumn going forward. But yeah, you know, anything is possible for this spring. And spring's one of those months, one of those seasons, I should say. March and April, particularly, are those kind of months where anything can happen. Literally in April, literally anything can happen in April. Like you can get a blizzard, or you can get almost summer-like heat. So let's see what the rest of the winter has in store. I thought we worried too much about spring. We're at 90 in Timeout. It's only the biggest stream that I was expecting. It's 28 likes on the stream. Please smash the like button, everybody, and let YouTube know that you're enjoying this live stream. Thank you so much, everyone, for doing that. Right, let's shout out a few more people. So we've got David Aitchison. Home to you. Thank you so much, David, for being on live stream tonight. We've got Gareth, I think that is, praying for dry and sunny on the 28th of January. It's a milestone birthday for me and away locally for a few days with Doc. So have a lovely time, friend. Happy birthday for the 28th. I wonder what milestone is. Is that like going to be 21? 21 maybe, or 30. I bet it's like 21 or 30. Gotta be, isn't it? I have a lovely time, my friend. Okay, let's come down. Hello to Paul James. Good to you, Paul. Thanks so much for being on the live stream tonight. How are you doing, Paul? Hope you're doing okay, my friend. Got Hayden Butler Allsop in with us. Love the name. Hello to you, Hayden. Thank you so much for being on the live stream tonight. It's unbelievable. Send It is here with us. Matthew, going to Send It's a Weber channel. How are you doing, Send It? Had some epic vids streams just lately, ain't you, Send It? So, oh yeah, it's what's all about though, isn't it? What it's all about. Hope you're doing okay, my friend. Shiram, so we've done that one. Not too early to think about spring. As Jan previously did spring updates in January. It's true, I have done. Yes, and spring forecast at the end of February. Hello to Alf Judah, I think that is. Hello to you. How is the gingerbread? I don't know, my friend, but thank you so much for being on our live stream tonight. Come on down. Hello, Alfies. Good evening to you. Thanks so much for being here. Hayden is saying, good evening, Gal. Sorry to hear you're poorly, much milder in South Wales today. It certainly is, my friend. I'm all right. Just got a bit blurgy. Not going about this winter. Hello, Chris Clifford. Thanks so much, Chris, being on live stream. Good evening at GavsWeatherVids, everyone. Hope you've all had an awesome weekend. It's not been too bad for me, my friend. Been cold, but not too bad. SB, I think the Mark will be with us for a while, but I do have a feeling winter will try to come back. I think there's more of this winter to come, I have to say. Just unsure how much, how much and how cold it will get. But, like, it may not get as cold as it has been this first 10 days of January, again this winter. But I think there is more to come. But conversely, though, it might not get as cold, but it might be snowier, especially for the south. So it's going to be interesting how it works out. 91 in current viewers. Massive live stream. Thanks so much, everyone. Smash that like button. Let YouTube know join live stream. But I've got to put about 30 subscribers on to get to 21,000. It's absolutely amazing. Absolutely epic. Unbelievable. Thank you so much, everyone, for virtually getting us to 21,000 subscribers. It's unbelievable. I had a message from YouTube as well telling me that we've reached 15,000 video views, another milestone. So that's total video views for 15 million. Actually, not 15,000. That would be anything outside that. No, 15 million video views for the entirety of the channel. We started this channel in 2014. So that's unbelievable as well, isn't it? Big milestone, that one. Oh, thank you so much to Lee. Thank you so much to Lee Stevens for the super chat. Stick your fingers in your ears, everyone. So I'll get on with this. Super chat. Super chat. Woo, 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 woo. Thank you so much to Lee Stevens for your super chat. Gav, can you turn my snow taps on again, please? I'll do my best, my friend. I'm gonna... got a direct line to the weather gods. I'll give them a call. Tell them we want the snow taps to be turned back on again. Thank you so much, my friend, for your super chat. That is unbelievable. Thank you so much. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So much for that. That's absolutely incredible, absolutely amazing. Right, okay, let's come down. Hold on, everyone. We've got Fisk in with us tonight. How do you, Fisk? Thank you so much for being here. James, I know thing heavy rain hitting window as I was turned to rain. James has been snowed in, haven't you? James has been snowed in at James 098 Towers, but it sounds like it's turned to rain up there now. Gonna be a quick melt. Hope you don't get flooded, James. Let us know how you get on when all that snow is gone. Hello, Nick Hind. Thank you so much for being here. Hi, Gavin. Hope those early shifts are getting to you. Well, I've only had one in a week, so no, I'm fine. You know, it's just like, you know, got a bit of a lurgy, but I think virtually everybody you speak to has got it at the moment. So, you know, there's a lot going around this winter. Right, okay, hold on. So everyone, when we get live stream about several cars, hello to J Player, good evening to you, JL, thank you so much for being here. SB said, if you get caught again, then my forecast is doomed, lol. GavsWeatherVids winter forecasting quite well, I think at the moment, SB. But it's all for fun. It's all just for laugh. Hello to Dean Bryce. Thank you so much, Dean, for being on our live stream tonight. It's unbelievable. Thank you so much, my friend. Peter, not feeling great after motorcycle accident. Oh, goodness gracious me. Hope you're all right, Pete. Hope GFS is right. Bringing beach from the east, UK. Okay. Anyway, woo. Hope you're okay, my friend. Motorcycle accidents are nasty. Very, very nice. You know, because unlike in a car, but you've got lots of padding, and particularly modern cars, lots of padding, you know, lots of protect, like on a motorbike, it's just you and the energy, and it's like you and that's it. So I hope you're okay, my friend, and not too badly injured. That sounds nasty. Right, Elijah at GavsWeatherVids, do you think we may get cold snap in the last week of February? I don't know. I think I'm looking at last week of January. No, not really thinking about February all that much, but like I think last week of January we might turn cold again, but we'll see. Andrew Jones McGuire, Happy New Year, Gav, from the southeast borders where we've basically seen no snow this winter. My BF is here, and his home is in Dewsbury, is that it? Has seen loads of snow. I guess in the southeast, you're kind of protected, aren't you, by the Scottish Mountains? It's one of those places where you probably, a bit like southeast of England, you know, you're probably going to do better in easterlies, I suspect. I don't know, because, you know, I'm not sure, but I would expect you probably do better in easterlies there than you would do in northerlies, maybe. And thank you so much, my friend, for being on the live stream. Hope you're having a lovely, lovely start to 2026. Hello to E38. Hope Peter was better after his motorcycle accident. Yes, so say all of us. And hello to Matt Bench as well. Good evening. Thanks so much for being on our live stream. I've got Sissy Andy there with us. Hello to you, my friend. Thanks so much for being on live stream. We've got Michael Vowles. That's a blast from the past. That's a blast from the past. Blimey. You really are like an OG, aren't you? Hello to you, my friend. Good evening, Gav, from a snow-starved western supermare. Hopefully you'll get some snow soon, my friend. Hello to TBOS, the best of Sweden. Thanks so much for being on our live stream tonight. Send it, saying March and April, where Barnsley gets the snow. It's true, you know, there's always more snow. Put teeth in, Gav. Statistically, there is always more snow at Easter than there is at Christmas. The only thing is, when it snows at Easter, it snows and it's gone. Whereas if it does snow at Easter, Christmas on a rare occasion, but it does, it's probably going to hang around a lot longer. But yeah, statistically, you know, we get more snow in the spring, or the early spring, than we do in the winter. It's one of those crazy things. Hello to Lisa. Good evening to you, Lisa. Thanks for being on live stream. Hope you're doing okay. Happy New Year to lovely Lisa. E38 said Met Office 16 to 15 day and 16 to 30 day. On today's updates, hints at cold in the north. Bit of a north-south split might be setting up then. I don't think the Met have any more idea than anybody else what's going to happen in the second half of January, I have to say. And wasn't it incredible, like with that storm, but for here turned into a bit of a letdown. Although we did get, with that, about 8 o'clock in the evening, It all looked great. You know, everything looked fine. Snow was coming down heavily. It was settling. It looked like it was really setting in, you know, for a really, really good snow event. And, like, it carried on snowing until about, I don't know, 10, half 10 in the evening. Then it stopped. And I thought, well, you know, it stopped, but it's going to come back, you know, as below begins to pull in towards the southeast part of the channel. The snow will come back, you know. And it didn't. Basically, it just we had like wintry mix, bit of sleet, bit of rain, bit of snow, bit of everything. But like the snowiest part of it was right at the beginning. Oh, just hit 100 concurrent, yes, 102 concurrent, but only 30 likes on stream. Please, let's get those likes up. Smash the like button, everybody. Yeah, let YouTube know you join stream, turning into big live stream once again. But yeah, you know, it turned into a little bit of a letdown overall. But was it interesting? But like the Met Office on their videos and streams, they didn't have any more of a clue than anybody else, really, how it was all going to transpire on Thursday night, did they? You know, they was almost telling everybody, well, just look out of the window and see what's happening. It just goes to show you, despite all of the, you know, all of the improvements to the model data and like all of the money that's been spent over the last 30, 40 years, when it comes down to it, a lot of the time, snow in this country is still like a case of nowcast. It's still a case of look out the window, keep an eye on the radar, keep an eye on the local observations, and just see what's going to happen. And that's really how it was for many, many of us on Thursday night, wasn't it? It was very, very interesting, you know, and like a confirmation, you know, but despite it all, despite all of the improvements, and there have been Met, don't think I'm running the Met down, I think they're great at what they do, and a lot of people I know from the Met Office watch GavsWeatherVids and like keep a close eye on what we're doing. It's very nice of them to do that, you know, and so I've got good connections with the Met Office. I've never been one of those channels, but like slagging off the Met Office all the time and criticising them because they're in a no-win situation a lot of the time, you know, and like you know, whatever happens, they're going to get in the next. So I often feel sorry for the Met, and I have good relations with the Met, and, you know, and will continue to do so. But I just want you to see, it was so interesting, despite everything, despite all of the money, despite all of the improvements in the models, you know, that particular snow event came down basically to look out the window and see what's going to happen. And there you go. Right, anyway, another super chat has come in. Hello to Paul Gunning. Thank you so much for your super chat, my friend. Please have a quiet word with the beast. I'll do my best, my friend. Thank you so much for your super chat. Unbelievable. Hold on, everybody. Sorry again, everyone. Unbelievable. Thanks so much for your super chat. That is very, very kind of you. Right, let's take a few more from live chat and then we'll crack on. But it's been an epic few weeks, hasn't it? Really, really epic few weeks. Absolutely incredible since Christmas. You know, the videos we've done, the live stream we've done. I've loved every minute of it. And hopefully this winter still has a little bit more, you know, a little bit more to give us. Right, okay. So, Paul James, good evening to you. Thanks so be on live stream tonight, Paul. Hello to MF. What a disappointment the weather was last time. Let's hope it easily materialises. I mean, it's been very cold. It depends what you want, I guess. If you want, like, a lot of snow, some places have had a lot of snow. Up in central Scotland, for example, a lot of snow up there. Other places, yes, disappointing. But so it has been genuinely very cold. And I would say it's been like the coldest spell at least since the first half of December 2022. Possibly the coldest spell since February to March 2018. It's been a proper, genuinely very cold spell of weather. So it depends what you want, I guess, out of everything. Andrew saying, yeah, again, my location really does need easterlies. Northeast and Aberdeen steals it. Southeast and southeast steals it. Yeah, I would say you probably do better in most easterlies than you do, like, in northerlies. Hello to Matt Bench. Channel member chat for 8 months. Thank you so much for being a channel member for GavsWeatherVids. Unbelievable, my friend. Thank you so much. Shoot, saying Cornwall got the worst storm. Yeah, I stored that. So, like, we was all thinking about snow, wasn't we? But I did say it was likely that Cornwall will probably get a red warning from that, and that did materialise. They got a red warning, didn't they, down in Cornwall. It was pretty severe down there for a while on Thursday night, and that was really where the worst of the storm was, wasn't it, with that red alert. Right, I'm going to come down to the bottom of the live chat. Hello to all of you at the bottom of the live chat. Hope you're all doing okay. Hello to Dan. Shout out to Alfie Morris in Plymouth. There you go, my friend. No problem. Hope Alfie's doing okay and he's enjoying the live stream, he's enjoying the weather. Hello to Menzie. Thank you so much, my friend. Thanks to Menzie for being on the live stream tonight. Right, up the bottom of the live chat. Hello to all of you. Thanks so much for being here. And we're going to start display catching for you very shortly. Just to give a shout out to GavsWeatherVids PayPal page. So, if you feel like it, you can give a donation either through Super Chat, which of course will flag up your comment and guarantee that you get a response from Gav, of course. But you can also give a donation via our PayPal page. There it is. And all donations are gratefully received. You get a shout out in the 10 to 14 day videos. If you do that, I'll say Happy New Year. You might want to shout out somebody else, you know, hello or a goodbye message, I don't know, for somebody else. Whatever the message is, you know, we're happy to deliver that via our PayPal page. And so thank you so much, everyone, for doing that. Okay, did I see Mark Johnson is in the live stream as well? Let me just have a look for Mark's message, because I'm at the bottom of live chat, but have I missed that? Morning, Gav, from Las Vegas. Blimey, how is it in Vegas, my friend? I bet you're experiencing all sorts over there, ain't ya? Very interesting and very exciting place. I believe, you know, I've not been there myself, but so I have heard. Having a lovely time in Vegas. Don't spend too much in most casinos. Right, Callum Sally. Hi guys, I'm 22 and a while ago been in hospital in intensive care, had pneumonia and chest infection and abscess lungs, and I was critically ill. So sorry to hear that, my friend. Hope you feel better soon. And we send all of our best wishes to you. Hello to Music Dude. Hi, Gab. It's very windy with horizontal rain outside. Give me cold, crisp and dry weather. I'll do my best, my friend. It looks like we're in for a bit of a deluge show over the next few weeks, I have to say. Hello to Sebastian. Hello. Thank you for the live stream. What is the utility of using? I don't know, my friend. I don't know. That's a little bit involved, a little bit in depth for like what I'm doing. I'm just sitting here telling people what weather's going to be doing in the next week or so. Maybe save that for a Met Office live stream. The Met stream a lot. Every week, I think they do like a deep dive live stream, don't they? I'm not sure because I don't actually watch their live stream very often. But I think that Met Office stream once a week. Save that for the Met. They will be much better at answering that than I will be able to. Right, okay, Connor, boom. Right to you, my friend. My friend live in the Channel Islands had 123 mile per hour wind. It was very severe down in the south and in the southeast. I think James Young, by the way, give a shout out to James. I think James Young is in the live stream as well. So James saying get cold weather before his trip to Spain, and you certainly had it, my friend. Hope you've enjoyed it. Music too. We had snow for 4 days, lightning snow 4 days here in Belfast. Hopefully we get some more before the winter is out. Hopefully you will. I shall keep my fingers crossed for you, my friend. And hopefully you've got more snow to come. Right, well, we've been here for half an hour, chatted on, been nice, hasn't it? Right, 108 concurrent viewers with 52 likes on stream. Again, please smash that like button, everybody, and let YouTube know that you are enjoying the live stream. Thanks so much, everyone, for doing that. Send it. Was shocked by a response, to be honest, mate. Went really well. What's that about, Sense? Everything okay? How did the channel member stream go? Oh, Sandy said the channel member sets Put your teeth in, Gav. Send It has done a channel member stream and had a nice turnout, I think. So well done, Send It. Well done, my friend. Right, okay. So we're going to crack on with our 10 to 14 tech. James Young, I think cold weather does return, but it'll come back via a Scandinavian high. Maybe around sort of late January, early February. Not sure it'll last all that long. Seems to be quite a lot of energy in the Atlantic. But yeah, I think we might have one more bite at this. One more bite of a cherry. And this time might be from the east as well. MF, 2009, 2010, were both good winters for snow. I'll never forget either of those winters. We had a nice run, didn't we? 08, 09 to 12, 13. Many of them were cold. Many of them were wintry. Many of them had quite a lot of snow. One of those blocks of colder weather, weren't there? And not a lot since it. Not a lot since it has to be said. Hello to Maria. Good evening to you, Maria. Thanks for being on live stream. And Chris Clifford at GavsWeatherVids. Let's hope it gets more snow and cold before this winter is out. Yeah. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Senate reckons there's definitely going to be one more cold snap, at least to end January. We shall see, my friend. Music Dude. The ski resort, Finland, has been closed for the weekend due to extreme cold. Minus 35 to minus 37. Blimey. That is cold, isn't it? Right, if I missed giving everybody a shout out and you want a shout out from Gav, then please give me a thumbs up emoji or a waving emoji and I will be more than happy to do that. I'll be coming back to YouTube periodically as we go through the data and whatnot. So I am more than happy to give you a shout out. More than happy to do that. Callum asking Gav, do you think Send It is copying your content? No, I don't think Send It is copying my content at all. I think Send It did an amazing job. At the end of the day, you know, we're all looking at the same model data and probably coming up with the same conclusions. So anybody could accuse me like of like copying somebody else, couldn't they? But Send It is absolutely amazing at what he does. I won't hear anybody criticising Send It whatsoever. I love Send It. It's a lovely, lovely lad. He's amazing, you know, and he's got a fantastic, fantastic future ahead of him. And he's going to take what you know we all do on YouTube to the next level of success. Is going to be absolutely amazing. So I won't hear a bad word said about Send It. I love Send It, and I've live streamed with Send It. Of course, I did a joint live stream with lovely Matthew, and hold on. Where we had a great time hanging out and whatnot and chatting with one another. And Maria, if you can post in English, that'd be helpful because I don't read. I think that's either going to be Spanish and Portuguese, but you're writing there, Maria. So I'm not bilingual. But I did do a bit of Spanish at school. It was a very, 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 very long time ago. So if you could post into English, you know, that would be absolutely awesome if you could do that. But no, I won't hear a bad word said about Matthew. He's a lovely, lovely lad. He's absolutely great. I had a wonderful time when I did a live stream with him back in the summer. And, you know, he's just doing an amazing, amazing job and amazing work. And Send It's awesome. I love Send It. And we will be live streaming again, actually, before too much time. I've got to get some game. So I've got to get some game. I've lost my Game of Gab headphones at the moment. So, like, I can't do joint live streams with anybody at this stage, you know, and because I've got to use the speakers to do that. And if I do that, I'll probably get feedback and whatnot. So I've got to get some Game of Gab headphones, into the microphone. I've got to boost infrastructure, basically. So again, if you can give a donation through our PayPal page to help fund the Game of Gab and microphone appeal, then that'll be very helpful, actually. But, no, so when I've got some Gav Hebbos, I'm going to be doing another stream with Senny, because he's absolutely wonderful at what he does. So, thank you, Sandy, for being an amazing creative force on YouTube and a wonderful weather forecaster as well. And thank you, my friend, for being on this live stream with us tonight. Right, okay, so that said, I hope that sets the record straight of what Gaz thinks about all of that. I will always say what I think. As you know, I've always been that way. I take after me mum. And that, so, yeah, that's fine. And there's plenty of room to go round as well. That's the thing. Like, there's plenty of content to go round. So it's not a case of like somebody taking anything from anybody else, because there's plenty to share. We're all sharing, and this all started. The idea of doing these weather videos started many years ago with Joe Bastardi, lovely Joe in AccuWeather. Of course, you can't see his videos very often now because he's moved on to Weather Bell and he's behind a paywall. But initially, the first person that was doing this, what I'm doing, what we're all doing, was Joe Bastardi many years ago. And then Simon Keeling, created Weather Bell and started doing weather videos. Then it was me, and if anybody remembers, young Kazim as well, Gavin Kazim, back around 2012, 2013. We started, that. So anybody that said I was copying Simon Keeling and Joe Bastardi, that. But it's not a case of copying; it's a case of inspiring. I think I was inspired by watching Simon Keeling's videos in particular during the December to Remember in 2010, and I thought, well, that looks like a lot of fun. I was watching his videos every day, and it was absolutely amazing the work that he was doing, and I love Simon Keeling. I think when he went behind a paywall, actually, I was a little bit unkind to him. I probably spoke about this before. I was a little bit unkind to Simon Keeling when he went behind a paywall, and now, given my position, but now I do understand why he made that choice, why he made that decision, and I regret, very much some of the things that I've said, and if I could speak to Simon, I would apologise to him for not being especially kind during the period when he had made the decision to go behind paywall. But anyway, that's beside the point. The point is, we're all inspiring one another, with this. So I was inspired by Simon, and I think Kazim was inspired by me, and then I've inspired Sendir. I think I might have inspired Weekly Weather Updates as well, So it's nice. It's nice to know that I've inspired people, and it's nice to know that particularly it's a younger generation, that have responded to what I'm doing and would like to take it to the next level, it's absolutely lovely. It's absolutely lovely to see. And if I never achieve anything else in my life, which I probably won't, but if I never did, the fact that, I know there are young people that are in the... I'm so sorry, but I'm rambling. I will get on with 10 14 down at the moment, but, Callum set me off. I know there are actually professional forecasters right now at the UK Met Office, young forecasters that have gone through university and have joined the Met Office as professional, UK Met Office forecasters. They're going to have a career, 40, 50-year career doing professional meteorology, and they started via my channel, via watching what I do. And I think that is just absolutely wonderful. It's a good legacy. I've done something good. Now, when my time is done and I'm gone, I think the fact that I have done that and inspired young people to want to do something that is very worthwhile and, you know, very, 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 very worthwhile and very, it's a career, you know, it's not just something to do on YouTube, it's like an actual career that they're doing. I think that's a good legacy to have, and I'm quite proud of that, to be honest. And, like, as I say, Matthew is a wonderful lad. I love Matthew, and I won't hear a bad word said about him. Right, okay, well, I'm going to have to get on with your Taylor Vortex. I'm so sorry for rambling on like that. I'm so sorry, everybody. Right, okay, so let's do this, Ben. So, in 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, in 1, here we go with display capturing on this Sunday evening live stream. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I like fashion forecasting. Clickbait is no. See clickbait, I avoid the video. Well, yeah, you've got to entice people. I would say go judge it by the content, my friend, because the thing is, you've got to work with what you got to work with. So, like, people accuse me of clickbait quite a lot, and I actually do very, very, very little clickbait. I could do a lot more clickbait if I want to, but occasionally I do clickbait, and so you could say, I guess, that live stream I did at the end of November, which was the reaffirmation live stream, I guess you could say that was quite clickbaity. Like, I made the title and the thumbnail deliberately as over the top as I could, because I wanted to test how much interest there was. And actually, if there hadn't been that much interest, I would have wrapped up GavsWeatherVids at that point. I would have said, you know, that, Stobie, professional meteorologist who started watching Gav 9 years ago here. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much. So that's amazing. That's amazing. Not Metos, maybe one day. That's amazing. That's amazing. Hello to Bella Thomas. Thank you so much, Bella, being on live stream. That's amazing. I hope you have a wonderful career, my friend. And, you know, it's nice to know that I have inspired you to reach for your dreams and to do that. But yeah, as far as the clickbait thing is concerned, you've got to work with what you got to work with. So the way YouTube works is that, you know, the more over the top the title and the thumbnail, the greater the response is going to be. You know, the more it will be shared in the algorithm, and it's like a snowball effect. So people see an over-the-top thumbnail or title, and they will click through, you know, through the recommendations to watch it. And the more people that click through to watch, the more it will be recommended, and so on and on and on the snowball goes. And that's just the way YouTube works. So you've got to work with what you've got to work with. I would say don't judge via the title and the thumbnail, judge by the content. Because even if I do like a clickbaity thumbnail, and I do occasionally, I admit, you know, when you get to the video, when you get to the content, it doesn't change. It doesn't change. The content will always be like it always is. The format of the 10, 14 days never changes. And so don't judge by the thumbnail and the title. Judge by the content that you're actually watching. Right, okay. Thank you so much, everyone. An amazing live stream. Right, let's do this then. So we're going to start on latest temperature observations from XC Weather. Because I've rambled on so long, I might have to scale this back a little bit of what I was intending to. We might not do the Ensembles Watch part of this video, but of this live stream video after the stream. But we will do like 10 to 14 there anyway. Right, okay. So, hold on. I'm so sorry, everyone. The other thing I want to say, I'm so sorry, everyone. The other thing I want to say, though, is that the last 10 days or so, well, really since the end of November, has been a reaffirmation to me that this is what I do. So, you know, around October, November-ish, I was quite unsure whether I would be continuing GavsWeatherVids. We did that live stream at the end of November. It was epic. It was amazing. We had a great response. And, you know, it was wonderful. Hello to Ella. Good evening to you, my friend. It was a wonderful stream. And that's a reaffirmation that everyone is still there. Nobody is gone. Everybody is still there. And, you know, everybody is just waiting for something interesting to happen. So that was a reaffirmation that you're still there, and you still want me to carry on doing what I do, which was lovely. And this last sort of period since Christmas, but particularly since the New Year, the videos and the live streams I've done have been a reaffirmation to me that I am a weatherman. You know, if I'm nothing else, Gav is a weatherman. It's what I do. It's what I should be doing. It's what I should always be doing. And so, you know, these last 2 or 3 weeks have been a real eye-opener. Well, really since the end of November, like last 6 weeks, I guess. Been a real eye-opener. And I've loved every minute of it. If we don't get any more cold weather this winter, if we don't get any more snow and whatnot, well, never mind. At least we've had this period, and it's confirmed to me that this is what I am. This is what I do. It's my love, it's my passion, it's my drive, and that will never change, everyone. So thank you so much for giving us some amazing videos, amazing live streams over the past few weeks. I want to thank you all so much for that. Right, let's get on with your 10 to 14 day event. Edit, nice stream this, nice stream. Right, okay, no negativity. We won't have negativity on this, on GavsWeatherVids live stream. Right, let's start off latest touch observations from XC Weather. Here we go, Ben. So still pretty cold across eastern regions, still only 3 degrees there at Fylingdales, I think that is, and still only 3 degrees at Boyne. However, milder temperatures are advancing in. 8 degrees at Church Lawford, 10 degrees at Sennybridge, and 11 degrees at Belfast. Those milder conditions will be pushing across the country as we go through the course of this evening and over night tomorrow. We'll be feeling milder in all areas. Central England temperature is currently sitting at 1.1. That is 2.7 degrees below 61 night average, and it's provisional to get into the 10th of January. So the first 10 days of January coming out nearly 3 degrees below average, whereas last time that happened. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles the next couple of weeks. We're at Birmingham today. The red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for Birmingham. We're starting off above average with the upper air temperatures at the moment. You're going to find the upper air temperatures reverting back closer to average as we go through into the middle and the second half of January. And then beyond that, the upper air temperatures continue to hover close to average. However, that does mask quite a lot of scatter. So you will notice the milder ensemble members up here. You will notice colder ensemble members down there. Lots of uncertainty, not scattered into extended, which of course is as you'd expect. Again, we're talking about conditions 2 weeks away. So although the ensemble mean, which is a white line, is hovering close to the long-term 30-year average, you know, that is masked by virtually what looks like 50-50 split between the colder and the milder ensemble members. What we can say is that it looks much more unsettled, though, with plenty of rain to come, plenty of precipitation spikes in there. Okay, let's have a look at Snow Row. Not doing great for snow now for the next 10 days. In fact, basically no snow for the next 10 days. We do pick up a little bit, though, when we get through into the latter stages of the month. Of course, again, though, that's extended range, therefore it's unreliable. Temperature anomalies for the next 5 days, the 16th of January, above average, particularly so for England and Wales. 10 to 14 day temperature anomaly, a little bit below average for the north and west, near normal to slightly above average in the southeast, not a big deviation. Precipitation anomalies for the next 7 days to the 18th of January, generally coming out a bit above average, particularly so down in the south. Right, let's start going through chart data. Then we saw this morning's UK Met Euro run was looking, but I think we'll go straight on to, Charles Dad has updated. That's a bit disappointing, isn't it? Right, okay, so I've looked up the UK Met Euro run from this morning, midnight run. And actually, UK Met has updated, might not be able to do a 6 AM forecast for actually, because like UKB is based on the Met Office model, I think, so that might not update either, but we'll see about that. Anyway, let's have a UK Met Euro run. We're talking big night on Wednesday, so under a transient ridge, quite chilly on Wednesday, and then the next area of low pressure comes in from off the Atlantic, bringing plenty of unsettled conditions with it, so quite a bit of rain to come. You'll notice it's not a traditional spell of zonality, zonal weather, Atlantic driven weather. So these are southerly tracking jet streams, with the jet stream, or southerly tracking those, I should say, with jet stream on like a northwest southeast alignment, really. So, you know, it's going to be a rather cooler variety of wet and windy weather, basically cold rain, as opposed to warm rain, I guess, or mild rain that we're looking at next week. That's how we get next Sunday. So again, a little transient ridge, but next low is is downstream in the Atlantic. Right, that's that one done. Mrs. LB12Z icon is looking, again, low pressure heading in from off the Atlantic. Will be bringing quite a lot of unsettled weather with it over the next week. And then a nice little ridge building into the weekend. That's next Sunday. So higher pressure is over and to the east up towards western Russia, and their pressure is out in the Atlantic, staying unsettled then. Is that high pressure over western Russia going to make a move and turn us colder? Well, I want to show you the GFS midnight run because that did actually pull off a bit of an easterly, I think. So again, starting off for next week, looking unsettled with both southerly tracking those, but notice height strengthening over western Russia and pushing into Scandi next weekend. Scandinavian high with low pressure coming up against that anticyclone. And eventually, it was indeed the Scandinavian high but took over into the last week of January, much colder, with those easterly winds via that Scandinavian / Siberian high. Looking at the upper air temperatures, let's have a look. That's how the upper air temperatures look as we go through the last week of January with that GFS midnight run. So becoming colder and colder air lurking out to the east. Not exactly a beast from the east, but certainly cold enough for snow shall be driven in on those easterly winds. So the midnight GFS went pretty cold, but what's the 12s then doing? Let's have a look at that one, shall we? So again, we've got low pressure heading in from off the Atlantic, bringing bouts of rain in with it, lots of unsettled conditions coming in. Heights trying to build over Scandinavia and western Russia, but that low in the Atlantic keeps us mild, wet and windy up to that point. Now, into the extended range, the heights lower again over Scandinavia, and heights rise to the south. So this is another change. This turns very mild then into the last week of January with a long fetch southwesterly. That could get the temperature into teens Celsius before the next low brings further wet and windy weather driving in from the west. So the GFS 12s are backing off that Scandinavian high idea. It has its moment, certainly has a go around there, around the 19th of January, but this low is just too powerful to allow any easterly and Scandinavian high to get going. Right, okay, well, if you're enjoying this live stream, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks so much, everyone, for doing that. Drop a comment, let us know what you think about this and all our videos, live streams after stream, of course. And don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids and get them to subscribe too. Thanks so much, everyone, for doing that. About 30 subscribers is going to get us to 21k. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for doing that. Absolutely amazing. 150 concurrent viewers with 70 likes on the stream. Massive live stream. Smash that like button, everybody, and let YouTube know that you're doing, that you're enjoying the stream. Remember chat from JL. Keep great work, Gav. Fantastic condition. Financial conditions are changing in the world, and you'll be able to do this as a full-time job. We shall see, my friend. I did for many, many years. But I was lucky, very lucky, in my unique circumstances, living with my lovely mum and dad, you know. So I was very, very lucky with that. But we'll see. It's okay. You know, everything's okay. Hello to Darth Vader! Darth Vader has arrived! So we're going to interrupt the stream for this! So much Darth Vader! Darth said, really hope that Russian hyper system can deliver to us too. Hopefully, my friend. I shall keep my fingers crossed for you. How are you, Dave? Darth. He said Dave. How are you, Darth? Hope you're okay, my friend. Andrew Marshall, hello to you, my friend. Thanks for being on the live stream. Hope you're doing okay. I hope Matthew is okay as well. We all love Matthew at GavsWeatherVids. Everybody loves Matthew. We won't have a bad word said about lovely Matthew. He's a great lad. He's a wonderful lad. You should be very, very, very proud of your lovely son, Andrew. Thank you so much for joining my live stream, my friend. Right, GM. Again, low pressure is heading in from off the Atlantic through the middle part of next week, bringing wet and windy conditions in with it. Unsettle into the weekend of the 17th and the 18th of January with lots of wind and rain to come. And as we head on into the day 9-10, period. Well, check this out. We say unsettled. With ice trying to build over Scandinavia, but the energy continues to come in from off the Atlantic Ocean. Isham up to day 10 isn't quite out, so I tell you what, have a look at the midnight Isham run instead. Again, low pressure bringing lots of unsettled wet and windy weather in through the middle part of the week. Bouts of rain heading in with these areas of low, and we head on up towards days 8, 9 and 10. The onslaught goes on, so day 10 looking unsettled with low pressure in control and in the ascendancy. We'll come back to the 12Z ECM, don't worry. This precipitation forecast based on the ECM run from Timeout.com. Plenty of showers of longer spells of rain on the way over the next few days. Bouts of rain coming and going. Map looks particularly like a deluge for the 16th of January. Deep low there focus over top of the country. And further areas of low carry on pushing in. That's heading up towards day 10. I think another bout of rain. So various bouts of rain coming and going. This is a colder variety of unsettled weather. So at times there could be snow mixed in, and that'll be particularly so for high ground like the Welsh Mountains, the Pennines, etc. Not for lowland southern parts of England. So, once again, just to say that if you're enjoying our content on the channel, this is the GavsWeatherVids PayPal page. You can send us a donation via our PayPal page, and we'll give you a shout out in the videos. You might want to mention for a loved one, a hated one. You know, you might want me to say hello to somebody. You might want me to say goodbye to somebody on your behalf, say an employer or something. Whatever the shout out is, I'm happy to do that. And thank you so much for doing that. We'll give you. We'll give you that shout out if you want it. You can super chat, you can super thanks on the streams as well. Various ways of helping to fund our channel and support GavsWeatherVids. And just by liking, sharing, subscribing, you are and watching, and engaging with the live chat, you are supporting us as well. So for those of you that can't financially afford to give us a donation, and not everybody can, of course, we just say thank you so much for whatever support you can give us. And it's absolutely wonderful, absolutely amazing. And the positivity around this channel since the end of November has been awesome. And I've been inspired, and I've realised that GavsWeatherVids is the love of my life. The weather is what I should be doing, what I will always be doing, and whatever else I've got to do to keep the lights on and whatnot, I am a weatherman, and it's been an inspirational period for me these past few months. And I thank you past 6 weeks. I thank you so much, everyone. Right, moving on to the options on the table within the ECM Ensembles. These are how they're looking. So this is for day 10, gets the 21st of November from the Icelandic Metals. 19 members of the ECM Ensembles with high pressure to our north and northeast. Low pressure is to our south. Winds are coming in from a southerly southeast direction. Unsettled and potentially mild, but high pressure to the northeast might start trying to get wind into more of an easterly. We've got 18 control operational run, high pressure low pressure right over top of the country, and 14 with low pressure again right over top of the country. All options looking unsettled. That one is the closest to turning things colder at day 10 in 2 weeks' time. These are the options that we've got, and it gets us to 26th of January. 34 members of the ECM Ensembles keep the low pressure coming from off the Atlantic, staying wet, windy and relatively mild. 17 building up high pressure over Scandinavia and turning winds around to the east. So that's turning drier and colder. It's a minority option. Only 17 going in that direction. Majority option is to keep within the EPS, is to keep things generally mild and zonal, a colder variety of zonal, but generally keep things Atlantic driven and unsettled at day 14. Right, okay, CFSB2, these are 500 millibar high times, break it down into week periods. The first week period takes us from the 11th, 17th of January. Next week, we have low pressure right over top of the country, mild and wet. Week 2 is going to be the 18th to 24th of January. Low pressure, again, keeps on coming, mild, wet and windy. Week 3 is gonna be the 25th of January to the 31st. Again, low pressure out to the northwest, high pressure to the south, and winds coming in from a southwesterly direction, staying unsettled and mild. Week 4 sees a bit of a change. It's the 1st to the 7th of February. High pressure builds up from the south. Jet stream rises northwards, so becoming drier. So sorry, when I feel like the voice is going to give out any moment. Becoming drier, but still mild with that high pressure building up from south. Of course, eventually the high pressure might carry on going further northwards and become a blocking feature if it did pull down cold weather from the north. But that could actually be very mild, and even a taste of early spring may be there as that high pressure builds up from the south. February is one of those months where the sun is rapidly strengthening, of course. This is how the CFSV2 is looking overall for February. High pressure is to the south, winds are coming in from the southwest, so dry and mild in February, if that is right. Yeah, another mild February. Above average temperatures predicted, that's fair enough given the synoptic pattern, and no signal for precipitation. Why not have a look at a little bit of stratospheric data? Haven't done that since we signed on the winter updates. So this is how the temperature anomaly is looking at 10 HPA in the stratosphere over the Arctic and over the North Pole for next week. It's the 12th to 26th of January. Though we've got blue colour, temperature becoming colder at 10 HPA there, but the stratospheric polar vortex will be strengthening. That looks pretty cold, I have to say. That's week 2, 19 to 26th of January. Significantly cold on average stratospheric temperatures at 10 HPA. Though that again indicates a strengthening of the stratospheric polar vortex, because we've had a decoupling of the stratosphere and metrosphere over the course of this winter. That might continue. We'll have to wait and see, but certainly at a stratospheric level, that would imply the polar vortex, the solar wind, will be strengthening. That's week 3, very little change. Week 4 looks like that. It's the 2nd to the 9th of February. Well, then we start to see something a bit interesting. Bit of a warming beginning to start getting going towards the Pacific side of Siberia, and into weeks 5 and week 6. That begins to intensify. We lose those blue colours, and so could that be signs of a late winter sudden stratospheric warming event? Well, let's have a look at the zonal wind. It might be a hint of it, but the zonal wind forecast next 6 weeks looks like this. So still weaker than average, with the zonal wind at 10 HPA for the next week or so. Will then strengthen markedly when we get into the last week of January. Though the red line is like average, so going much stronger than average into the last week of January, and then just gradually coming down and reverting closer to normal as we travel on through February, which could be just climatology, as the zonal wind and polar vortex does tend to weaken anyway a little bit through February, but there is a lot of scatter within that. So we've got very strong zonal wind ensemble members up here, and we have got some ensemble members that are going for actual reversal, sun stratospheric warming event of zonal winds there as we're going through February. So February is an interesting one from a stratospheric point of view. Statistically, the chance of an SSW gets greater as the winter progresses, and they tend to happen, more often late in the winter or even into the early spring. We've had that quite a bit over the last few years. Will this be another one of those years where we get an SSW in the latter part of winter, and possibly it ruins everything for spring? Let's hope not. CFSV2, a little bit of long range, why not? So January 700 millibar height anomaly. So, sorry everyone, January 700 millibar height anomaly looks like that. Low pressure over country, block up to the north. So, yeah, it wasn't signaling that a couple of weeks ago. February is now looking like this, with high pressure over the country, anticyclonic but mild February, winds coming up from the southwest. March is looking like that, with high pressure generally focused to the south, low pressure way to the northwest. Again, winds coming up southwest. That would be a mild spring sort of March. April looks like this. Well, of course, what you know, in April we get a Scandinavian high turning up. As usual, low pressure to the south, winds coming in from the east. May looks like that. So again, we've got, well, a bit of blocking in May up towards Greenland, probably a trough through here. That could be rather cool and wet into May. And June looks like that. Again, quite a lot of high pressure around Greenland. Not what you want to see in a summer trough repair. I wouldn't worry about that at all, though. And what about the Beijing Climate Centre? Well, this Beijing Climate Centre in December was forecasting things for January. Not bad, I don't think. High pressure in the Atlantic going up towards Greenland. Trough through here and covering much of Europe and hint of like a northerly northeast wind. I reckon that's pretty decent. I think the Beijing Climate Centre did quite well there. Better than CFS anyway. And this is how it's looking for February then. So, in February, going for an Atlantic-driven and wet February. Low pressure coming in from off the Atlantic. However, does have higher pressure up towards Scandinavia, and so that sets projection on the northwest-southeast line. So for February, it's basically forecasting what we're facing in the next week, with like southerly tracking lows and rather colder variety of unsettled weather, but still unsettled. Atlantic-driven, quite wet in February. March, then, from the Beijing Climate Centre, didn't know I was going to do long range, did you? Didn't know I could do long range. I haven't done it for a little while. March looks like this. Higher pressure in the Atlantic, lower pressure to our east, winds coming in from north. Could be some cold snap potential in March. There depends how far north we can get that mid-Atlantic ridge. April looks like that. And so April turns more anticyclonic with higher pressure to our north and northeast. Lower pressures out to the west. Winds coming in a southeasterly direction. No, dry and probably quite mild, I would say, in April. Could be quite a nice spring-like month. May looks like that. Not great. So high pressure up towards Greenland and Iceland. A trough is over the country. Winds will be coming in from the northeast. With that, so probably quite a cool and unsettled May. And June, finally, looks like this. And look away now if you want a hot June. But it's 6 months away, so not worth worrying about. Very unsettled in June with low pressure in from off the Atlantic. That will be a cool and wet June. Right, last thing we're going to look at, I think, for this live stream will be the ECM. So let's have a look at that and then get live stream wrapped up. Thank you so much, everyone. An amazing, amazing live stream. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry, but in the middle part of it, I went off on a tangent. But you know, Gav, nobody does it like Gav. And sometimes I do go off on one, and I go off on my tangents and have a bit of a rant and whatnot. So I'm so sorry about that, everyone. And that's the reason we're delayed and running a bit late. But anyway, ECM. So it looks like this. Transit ridge of high pressure on Wednesday. Then deep low pressure heading in from off Atlantic, bringing lots of unsettled weather through the second half of the week. Low pressure right over the top of the country into next weekend. But the wet and windy weather next Sunday looks mild with both southwesterlies. Low pressure keeps on coming up to day 10. We look like that Atlantic driven. The westerlies go on to be 21st of January. What happens beyond that? Of course, well, I guess we could have a quick look finally at WX charts where the ECM should be out fully to 360 hours. So here we go with the mouse over. It's gonna work. So that is Sunday 11th of January. That's right, and where are we? There we go, 21st. So, okay, so there we go, day 10. Low pressure coming in from off the Atlantic, 276. Low pressure keeps on coming with both westerlies. Further low pressure at 306 hours, 330 hours. Again, we're into an Atlantic driven low, 360 hours. There we go. So, the westerlies are in, and that's quite a mild run of westerly. That's more southwesterly compared to a lot of the output but we've been seeing freebies as well. So it remains to be seen, but it looks like we could be in for quite a prolonged and quite an extended spell of Atlantic-driven and unsettled weather. Right, we're still over 100 concurrent viewers, 80 likes on the stream. Please smash that like button, everybody, and let YouTube know that you're a fan. Enjoy this live stream. Thank you so much, everyone, for dear man. Kevin Hernandez vlogs wishing Paul James a happy birthday. I don't think it's Paul James' birthday, is it? Paul's birthday's in November, I thought. Is it your birthday, Paul? Happy birthday if it is. So sorry, my friend. I thought your birthday was in November, though. Anyway, thank you so much, my friend, for being on the live stream. Hello, Chris Beast. Thank you so much for being here. Now, what do you make of all of that? Jacob Allen, how are you, my friend? Thank you so much. Thank you so much to Jacob Element for being on live stream tonight. What do you make of all of that, everyone? Hope you've enjoyed all of that live stream. J Player, GavsWeatherVids, you should do an educational video. Why easy wins are so hard to come by. They are very rare. It's basically because of where we are in the world, my friend. We're perched on the edges of Europe, next to the Atlantic Ocean. We have the jet stream coming across from America through the Atlantic, you know, and so it means that any sort of blocking, particularly Scandinavian blocking, as a jet stream is basically running from Greenland, from like Northern America, southern Canada, through Greenland and the North Atlantic, through Iceland and the North Atlantic, through the Norwegian Sea into Scandinavia. It means that any high pressure that tries to get going over Scandinavia is basically, unless it's a very unusual scenario where the jet stream is in a meridional state, the jet stream is going to be just constantly banging, powering into that anticyclone over Scandinavia. And so the high pressure will try to form, but more often than not, they will like just collapse down into central and eastern parts of Europe. That's the reason why it's basically the jet stream. It's basically, you know, because of where we are in the world, and that is the reason why, to be honest, my friend. More than anything else, I would say. More than anything else. Right, okay, what a wonderful time, I think. Hello to Risco. Each of Charles said that on Charles. We had a look at that. Thank you so much, my friend, for letting me know. Right, Lisa, have a great week, everyone. I'm in Whitby next week. I'm going to be close to Rich. Man, you call in and have a cup of coffee with Rich. If you wonder where Richard is, by the way, Richard's stock taking tonight. So spare a thought for Rich. Spare a thought for Rich. Ricardo's stock taking time. That's why he's not being with us. Yeah, you're close to Rich, so you can call in, have a cup of coffee with Rich if you want. Rich will be surprised when you turn up on his front door, though. Thank you so much, Lisa. Matthew, what I'll send it. What a brilliant stream. Wonderful words from you throughout. I'm sure we can all agree. Thank you so much, my friend. You're absolutely amazing. I want to hear a bad word said about against my good friend, Saint. So you're absolutely wonderful. Keep doing what you're doing, my friend. You're going to have an amazing future, an amazing career in meteorology. And, you know, I won't hear a bad word said against you. You're lovely. You're a wonderful lad. You're great. So don't let anybody tell you otherwise, my friend. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You're absolutely the bee's knees. Right, okay, I'm going to wrap the live stream up there. Sorry about not being able to do Ensembles Watch tonight, but like, you know what Gav's like. When I get on me soapbox, I get on me soapbox, and that's that sound. I take after my mum, really. You know, my mum was one for speaking her mind. As anybody you do know who's watching this and do, my mum would know, my mum was very much someone who spoke her mind. You know, if she got something to say, she'd say it, and she really wouldn't care. You know, she really, like I do care. You know, I won't upset anybody that, but my mum, if she got something to say, my word, she would just say it. She didn't care. You know what the fallout of it all was. So yeah, and I'm a bit like that. I'm getting more like like that as I get older, actually. So, you know, if I've got something to say, I'll say it. And that's the reason we got delayed. I have not been able to do Ensembles Watch. But anyway, I suspect most of those ensembles are probably looking rather Atlantic-driven and so I think we've got to wait a little while now for our next calls. But I think the Atlantic is going to be in at least for the next week, probably the next 10 days. Any interest from a Calder perspective, I think is going to be more towards the last week of January, early February. And then it's a bit touch and go, I have to say, based on what we're seeing tonight. But I still think it's going to, you know, it's going to come back. I still think at some point it'll come back. It may be like later into February, might even be into March. So, no, watch this space. I think there's more to come from this winter. I don't think we're quite done with it yet, but it may not get as cold as it has been. We might have peaked, you know, in terms of the cold weather that we've had through this last week of, not last week, like through this last week to 10 days, or first week 10 days of January. Hello to Jake Quinn. I reckon first half of February might get very interesting again for winter. That's the kind of time frame I think we could be looking at. Yeah, I have to say, my friend, that's the kind of time frame I think we could be looking at. Have I missed giving anybody a shout out before I go? Let's have a look. Hello to Dean Ball. I'm delighted the live streams are back. Thank you so much, my friend. We had to bring them back. We had to bring them back, didn't we? Thank you so much. I love it. Hello to Crift Beast. If I shout out Crift. Thank you so much for being on the live stream. Luke Bowers. Looks like a soggy second half of January down on my southwest hilltop. It does, my friend. Let's hope the cold comes back for you soon. Right, okay, we're going to end it there. Thanks to our amazing moderators, James, Ben, SP, any other moderators that I've missed, I don't think I have, but thanks to our amazing moderators for being on the live stream tonight. So tomorrow, hello to Char, Evening Gav, Mark at Sussex Weather. Hello to you, my friend. Thank you so much for being on the live stream. Hope you're doing okay. Happy New Year. Right, so we're going to end it there. Tomorrow, we're going to have a 6 a.m. UK weather forecast if UKV has updated. Oh, what are you doing, Gav? Hang on, I'm still screen capturing. No, I'm not screen capturing. I'm not screen capturing, man. Oh, let me just shout out our super chatters as well. Before I go. So, thank you so much for your kindness and generosity to Lee Stevens. Thank you so much for your kindness and generosity to Paul Girling. And thanks so much to Jay Player and to Matt Bench for being channel members for the last 40 and 8 months, respectively. Thank you so much, guys. Love it, love it, love it. Thanks so much. Right, tomorrow, we're going to have 6 a.m. UK weather forecast if UKV has updated this evening. And we're going to have a 10 to 14 day as well. Weather fans are going to be live in about 45 minutes. So check out Weather Fans Live. They will bring you up to date with all of the latest. I'll try and pop into the live chat for a few minutes with Weather Fans a bit later on as well. And that's awesome. We're going to be live streaming next, I think. When's next live stream? I'm live streaming for channel members on Wednesday. So channel members, if you are a channel member, you're around Wednesday evening, I'll be live with you at 8 p.m. with your first channel member live stream for January. The next public live stream, I don't know, maybe Tuesday. We'll see how it all works out. Certainly we'll be live next Sunday, though, and I reckon we'll be doing Pub Run Live this week as well, so we'll be having a bit of fun on that. You have a wonderful rest of your Sunday evening. Have a great week, and we shall see you again. For this one, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and bye for now.